Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Priya Prakash, and I am the Panhell president for this year. We're very excited to be kicking off our spring recruitment. And recruitment this year is only open to sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Just to introduce myself, I'm a junior and I'm from Pakistan. And I'm very excited to be here with all of you today. Now I would like the rest of my exec to introduce themselves.
Hi guys, I'm Apurva. I'm from Houston. I'm a sophomore and I'm the new EVP. I'm really excited to meet you guys and I hope this is a great experience for everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Issa. I'm also a current sophomore from North Carolina and I'm the current treasurer for Panhell.
First off on our agenda, we have presentations by all 10 of our chapters. Freddie, could you please get us started on that front? I believe first up we have ADPi. Okay, slight technical glitch, everybody. We will instead be starting with AFE.
Okay, hi y'all. Sorry, I was waiting to be changed to a panelist. But just as a quick introduction, I'm Gracie Whitaker. I'm Alpha Phi's current chapter president, and I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to tell y'all about our chapter. So our chapter is the Beta New chapter. Here I've just included some pictures of different girls. That top picture there was our spring 2020 bid day for PC 20. It was Ice Ice AFE themed. And then throughout, you can just see some pictures of us at Duke UNC game days, during recruitment, at the WA, some of our athletes. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. And then just a little bit about our mission and our high ideals. I won't read all of it to y'all, but I'll go ahead and read off our mission statement. The Alpha Phi International Fraternity is a membership organization dedicated to promoting sisterhood, cultivating leadership, encouraging intellectual curiosity, and advocating service. Alpha Phi develops character for a lifetime. And we'll get into a little bit more about our service and philanthropy work on the next slide. So our philanthropy is actually the Alpha Phi Foundation. And in 1956, Alpha Phi became one of the first women's fraternities to establish their own foundation. Our philanthropy works to promote women's heart health and scholarships for women and girls. Our two big philanthropy events throughout the year include the annual Red Dress Gala, which is always really fun. It typically falls on Parents' Weekend when we're able to be in person. So everyone brings their parents and it's like a big AFE family reunion. And then the second philanthropy event that we put on is Alpha FIFA in the spring. And that is a huge soccer tournament with all proceeds benefiting the Alpha Phi Foundation. And that's always a great time. Everyone gets their guy friends and forms soccer teams. And they get really competitive, as I'm sure y'all can imagine. And these are just some pictures from our Red Dress Gala, FIFA in the past years, and then our philanthropy recruitment round. Oh, sorry, I wanted to say just a little piece on the Beta New chapter also does local Durham, supports local Durham charities, including the ASPCA and No Kid Hungry. This past spring, when we all got sent home during quarantine, we actually had a remote 5K and we raised about $16,000 for No Kid Hungry. And then when we're in person, as we hope to be soon, sometimes you'll see us on the BC Plaza with a bunch of puppies and kittens, and we sell like candy grams and bake sales and stuff like that. And that supports, those proceeds go to the Durham ASPCA. And you can go to the next slide, Freddie. And feel free to contact us. We would love to hear from y'all if you're interested in Alpha Phi, have any questions. Gracie Whitaker, that's me, like I said, and then Darian Minahan is our VP of Recruitment, and Alexa Robertson is our Director of COB. So if y'all have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to any of us. We'd be happy to get in touch. Our Instagram handle is down there in the corner, and we hope to be back on campus seeing all of y'all soon.
Thank you for that, Gracie. Next up, we have Kaio.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth. I'm the president of Duke Chi Omega. It's so nice to meet you all virtually. So I'd just like to kick off our intro here with going over our 6 purposes, the value that Chi Omega strives for. Freddie, if you could advance the next slide. Thank you. So first we have personal and career development, friendship, personal integrity, service to others, academic excellence and intellectual pursuits, and campus and community involvement. Next, I'd like to share a little bit about our symphony, a poem written by one of our initiates that perfectly sums up what it means to be a Chi Omega. Ankita, what's your favorite line?
My favorite line has always been democratic rather than exclusive and lovable rather than popular, because I think it really showcases how we put sisterhood above all.
That's really great. I think my favorite is to work earnestly, speak kindly, act sincerely, and choose thoughtfully, because I think it's something that's actually applicable to our day-to-day lives.
Now I'd like to talk about our philanthropy. To the left, you can see us with our friend Antonio. Last semester, we were able to hold a wish granting party for him, where we were able to help him meet the basketball players and even get courtside tickets to the Duke UNC game. And overall, it was a really meaningful experience.
Definitely. Finally, I would like to share our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. I'm so glad to be part of a chapter that really takes these initiatives to heart and all of the things that we do. So I just like to share a little bit about all of these here. The first one is education through experience. So we believe that education, especially through new experiences, is the first step in learning more about the community that we're in. So just last week, several sisters and I attended a virtual drag show and panel featuring Black, trans, and non-binary performers. We also value meaningful partnership and impactful service. In the past, we have held ASL workshops with Zeta Phi Beta, one of our Divine 9 sororities on campus, and we help set up shows at a local children's theater. Our National DEI Committee recently updated our membership policy, and we're so happy to be able to welcome even more new members than before. And finally, we love celebrating our sisters. You can find us attending Seder at the Freeman Center, performing at Awaz, or painting our faces for pride.
And we're short on time today, but I'd really like you guys to check out this really great video that we have of our sisterhood that really showcases why sisterhood is so important in a time like this, like a pandemic. You can access it by looking up Chi Omega Fraternity on Vimeo or clicking the link if you get the slide deck later. And with that, we want to conclude our presentation. You can reach out to me or Elizabeth if you have any questions. We're so excited to meet you guys. Please stay in touch.
Thank you, Elizabeth and Ankita. Next up, we have Delta, Delta, Delta. I believe that's Deborah.
Hi guys. So my name is Deborah Addis. I'm a sophomore. I'm the president of Delta Delta Delta. And yeah, I'm here today just to tell you guys a little bit more about the sorority that brings a little bit of light into my life every day. So our chapter is Alpha Omicron. We are an incredible sisterhood. I've met my best friends through Tridel, and so many girls that I don't think I would have met otherwise. We support each other, we encourage each other, we push each other, and most of all, we are there for each other through everything, thick or thin. Our mission, Tri Delta is an assembly of women with shared values where you can be yourself and belong to something bigger. We are brave, bold, and kind. We are passionate about serving others, committed to becoming the best version of ourselves, and dedicated to helping women live, learn, and lead with purpose for a lifetime. So our philanthropy is St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Nationally, since 1999, Tri-Delta members have raised more than $74 million to support St. Jude patients and their families. St. Jude's basically funds a lot of research and treatment for children who have cancer. And it's all free of cost to those who go there. And we are so, so incredibly proud to support this wonderful organization. As a chapter last year, even with everything virtually, we raised over $50,000 for St. Jude's, just the Alpha Omicron chapter. And all of our sisters are incredibly dedicated to this organization. So that was just a little taste of our sorority. We would love to have you reach out to us about the recruitment process, our sisterhood, the things we do on campus and outside of campus. We really are a wonderful group of girls and we love to hear more from you. You can reach out to me or any of our VPs of recruitment, Carly or Kennedy. They'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Deborah. Next up, we have DG.
Okay. Hi guys. There you go. Hi guys, I'm Sophie Johnson. I'm Delta Gamma's VP of membership, and I'm here with Alex Mason, who's the VP of social standards. And we're super excited to tell you a little bit about our chapter, the Beta Theta chapter. Next slide, please.
Hi everyone. So for the mission of our sorority, the objects of this fraternity shall be to foster high ideals of friendship among women, to promote their educational and cultural interests, to create in them a true sense of social responsibility, and to develop in them the best qualities of character. So as you just heard from Article 2, sisterhood really is at the core foundation of DG. Our sisters truly do it all. We have researchers, engineers, artists, writers, and they've got the personality to match too. They're so kind, so thoughtful, always there to lend you a hand. And I truly have met some of my best friends as a result of DG.
And I've loved every minute of my time in Delta Gamma, and I really love the girls there. And I'm really looking forward to some of the virtual programming we have coming up this semester, so we can get to know each other better and have some fun. We're looking forward to maybe some online workout classes, small group discussions, and hopefully some COVID-safe outdoor meals. Next slide, please. Thanks.
So also, as you saw from Article 2, philanthropy is very important to us. DG's nickname is the Do Good Sisterhood. As DGs, we love to do good, and our philanthropy service for sight supports 5 schools supported by the Delta Gammas for the visually impaired. The Delta Gamma Foundation offers all members lifetime enrichment through educational growth, personal development, and opportunities for service in this spirit of social responsibility. We do events like Anchor Bowl and Anchor Splash, and we're going to be working on a glasses drive as well. So next, we want to highlight that diversity, equity, inclusion is very important to Delta Gamma, and it's been a focus for our chapter. We have partnered with the Muhammad Ali Center, which is a social justice initiative, in order to implement specialized programming for our chapter with a focus on anti-racism and how best to create inclusive and equitable communities within Delta Gamma and spread that to Duke as a whole. We have also been educating ourselves through weekly fireside chats on topics such as Let's Talk Money and white privilege, led by our Director of DEI.
We've also implemented a new and reformed values-based recruitment process so we can really focus on what's important for our sisters. Across nationally, DG has removed preferential treatment for legacies. And then we know that working to keep dues as low as possible is another way to help support inclusion in our community. And as well as that, there's scholarships available to members both through Panhell and Delta Gamma. So if you're at all interested in DG, please contact us. I'd be so thrilled to get to know you a little better. And we're always happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie and Alex. Next up, we have Gamma Phi Beta.
Hi, I'm Alex. Wait, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alex. I am the president of Gamma Phi Beta. I'm a junior and I am presenting with Aria and Amanda.
Hi, I'm Aria. I am the vice president of recruitment.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm just a member of Gamma Phi Beta here to get to know y'all.
So our chapter is the ADMU chapter. We are fairly new on campus. We were established in 2014. However, we have girls from all over the world and all over the country involved in everything from Duke athletics to social and extracurricular clubs, as well as members of DSG. And our sisterhood is really strong. We really support each other. Like everyone else has said, I found my best friends through Gamma Phi Beta and people that I hope to keep in my life for as long as I possibly can. So our mission is we build confident women of character who celebrate sisterhood and make a difference in the world around us. And our vision is to inspire the highest type of womanhood, which I definitely feel is something like my sisters on campus have really helped me achieve. Our philanthropy is with Girls on the Run. We work with Girls on the Run of Durham, and our philanthropic mission is to provide experiences and resources that build spiritual, mental, and social resiliency. Some of the things that we do with Girls on the Run, we cheer on these young little girls running through their 5K. We also have a yearly moon ball, which is typically kickball, where we have our guy friends build teams and compete against each other. It's always really fun, a really great experience. And our philanthropic focus is building strong girls, which is something that we you hear a lot with our sorority, something we're really proud of. So if you have any questions or you would like or interested in GPhi, please contact me or Aria or Amanda. We would love to hear from you. We would love to talk to you about our experiences and just talk further about Gamma Phi Beta, which is something we're all really proud of.
Thank you, Alex. Next up, we have Kappa Alpha Theta.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lizzie, and I am the Chief Recruitment Officer for Kappa Alpha Theta. You can go to the next slide, Freddie. So here are just a couple of pictures, mainly from last semester, and a little bit about our mission for Kappa Alpha Theta is that each member who comes into our sorority throughout her lifetime, so not just at Duke, not just after you graduate, but it's a lifetime opportunity for both intellectual and personal growth. And our vision is for every member to be led to personal excellence through lifelong sisterhood. So a little bit about our philanthropy. We are connected to an organization called CASA, which stands for our Court-Appointed Special Advocates Organization. And the main focus of this organization is children who have been neglected and abused all their lives. And this is actually something we're super passionate about because some of our members are actually tied in with this organization. And for volunteers who get trained with CASA, they stay with each child in each case from start to finish. So they will stay with that child until that person is put into a safe and permanent home. And so for many of these children, this CASA advocate is the only person who will provide this constant support and adult presence in their lives. And so some of our philanthropy events are Cat at Bat, which is a wiffle ball tournament. And we also have Loco for Casa, which is an event where we sell Loco Pops on the BC Plaza. So here's a little bit about where you can reach out to us. Our Chief Executive Officer is Sophia Roth. You can reach out to me, Lizzie Davidson, and you can also reach out to Apurva Das, who is our Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. And you can also follow us on Instagram, which is @ThetaDuke. So I'm excited to get to meet you guys, and thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. My name is Julia. I'm a sophomore from Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm the current president of Kappa Kappa Gamma, also known as KKG or Kappa. The Duke chapter of Kappa is Delta Beta, and I'm going to take this time to tell you a little bit about our sisterhood. So one of our chapter's flagship initiatives is an event called Kappa Confidential. So each semester we hold a chapter-wide discussion of something that affects us as college-aged women, whether that be body image, to healthy relationships, to diversity, equity, and inclusion, which was our most recent topic. So sisters share their experiences in a confidential forum, hence the name, which brings us together as a chapter and helps us learn how to better support one another. So next, I'm going to talk about our mission. You can read our mission statement on the slide, but we're really all about sisterhood and involvement on and off campus. So you can see in the pictures, we have athletes like rowers and cheerleaders. We have members of organizations like Bowen to Mead. We also have members doing really cool biomedical engineering projects, which you can see in that picture. That brings us to our philanthropy, which is Camp Cassim and Step Up Durham. So Camp Cassim is a week-long sleepaway summer camp for kids whose parents have or have had cancer. And Step Up Durham is a nonprofit that offers free employment readiness training, personalized job coaching, employer referrals, and supportive services to job seekers. So for Step Up Durham, we volunteer as resume editors, mock interviewers, and comp sci IT people. And for Camp Cassim, we hold an annual 5K runner walk over Parents Weekend. And we also do Kappa Cappuccino, which is a little study break and coffee bake sale on the BC Plaza. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. Please don't hesitate to contact me or our membership chairman, Annie Sars. We're so excited to hear from you.
Thank you, Julia. Next up, we have Phi Beta Phi.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me all right? Okay, awesome. My name is Ginger, and I am chapter president of Pi Beta Phi's NC Beta chapter. And I'm here to tell y'all a little bit about Pi Phi here at Duke and why I love it. So this is our sisterhood. These are all pictures of our members. And we have members from all over the world, from Australia, Brazil, to Los Angeles. And we are proud to be athletes, engineers, comp sci majors, musicians, artists, and so much more. But most importantly, we are an incredibly close group of women who support each other and uplift each other inside and outside of the classroom. So a little bit more about us. Our chapter's mission is to promote friendship, develop women of intellect and integrity, cultivate leadership potential, and enrich lives through community service. And our organization's vision is to be recognized as a premier organization for women by providing lifelong enrichment to our members and contributing to the betterment of society. And our values are integrity, lifelong commitment, honor and respect, personal and intellectual growth, philanthropic service to others, and sincere friendship. So a little bit about our philanthropy. Here you can see my friends Anna and Anya at the Pi Beta Phi Read, Lead, and Achieve event that was held actually right before COVID last year. And it was an event in the North Carolina area where we actually had sisters from the NC State chapter and the UNC chapter all coming together to support our philanthropy, which inspires a lifelong love of reading and tries to help unlock the potential for young students. And here is our contact info. If you guys want to reach out to us, please feel free to. I'm Ginger, I'm the chapter president. Catherine is our VP of recruitment and Allie is our VP of operations. So if you guys have any questions about Pi Phi or wanting to join, let us know. Feel free to reach out to us by email. Thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. Next up, we have, let's see. Next up, we have 80 Pi.
Hi, can everyone hear me? Perfect. All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name's Elizabeth Dorans. I'm actually chapter president of the 80 Pi Zeta Rho chapter on Vanderbilt University's campus. The Omicron chapter here at Duke is in the process of sort of reimagining the experience that we're offering at Duke. But I'm really excited to be here and speak on behalf of the chapter and about my experience as a Panhellenic woman on kind of a similar campus. So Alpha Delta Pi's mission is we are reinventing sorority to make it a more inclusive and accessible experience, one that gives sisters the flexibility and autonomy to focus on self, scholarship, social, service, and sisterhood. Our open motto is "We live for each other," demonstrating our commitment to creating an enriching, empowering space where sisters can be their authentic selves. So a little bit about our philanthropy. Since 1979, Alpha Delta Pi has been committed to serving Ronald McDonald House Charities, RMHC, Over the course of our partnership, Alpha Delta Pi has contributed more than $16 million to this worthwhile cause. RMHC supports Ronald McDonald Houses, Care Mobiles, and Ronald McDonald Family Rooms in local communities, and also funds grants to other nonprofit organizations whose programs focus on children in need. So if anyone is unfamiliar with the Ronald McDonald House organization, this is an organization that offers housing and other resources to the families of children who are critically ill while they're staying at hospitals across the country. There's actually an RMH in Durham. I had the opportunity to intern there a few summers ago. So this organization is very close to all of our hearts in ADPi. And in addition to philanthropy and service, being an ADPi offers a wealth of opportunities, including opportunities to give back to the Duke and Durham communities, social functions, academic support and resources. We're increasing our emphasis on facilitating dialogue around societal and campus inequities, membership events focused on health and wellness, alumni mentorship, insightful professional development opportunities, and of course, a strong and supportive sisterhood. And one thing we especially want to highlight, which we're increasing our emphasis on, is our alumni mentorship program. So as a member of the Omicron chapter of ADPi, members have the opportunity to join an alumni mentorship program where they will be connected with alumni from Duke and other like institutions to help cultivate meaningful post-grad professional relationships. So this is one of the key parts of the sorority experience, is being connected to a community beyond just the people on your campus. So we're hoping to really allow members to take advantage of that network. And in joining ADPi, you're joining a community of women across the country. We have chapters in California, on the East Coast, in the South, everywhere. So it's an extensive network of sisterhood. And yeah, we're excited to get to know you. Here is the contact information for Meg Hoffe, our collegiate services specialist, and you can reach out to her if you're interested in pursuing membership. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I think that was all from our chapters. Now we're ready for our panel, which will be moderated by Purva, and the panel will have all 10 of our chapter presidents sit on it. So just like a few minutes while we get everyone set up.
Awesome. So like Priya said, now we're going to have like a panel section where the presidents are going to answer some prepared questions, and then you guys can ask some questions later at the end. So before we start, I just want to tell the presidents to like introduce yourself before you speak, just in case they don't remember. So the first question I have for you guys is, why did you guys decide to join a sorority?
I guess I can go. My name's Deborah again. I'm from Tridelt. I personally decided to join a sorority because I'm from Brazil. So my parents had no idea what Greek life even was. They were so confused when I first told them about the concept of rushing and joining a sorority. But in the end, I think I decided to join because when I went through Rush, I went through it with an open mind and really wanting the experience to be something that put me into contact with women that were different than me, but shared the same values, and a group of women that I could really feel that were behind me and empowering me and honestly just there for me through everything. And that's the feeling that I got from Tridel at Rush. And in the end, I decided that that was the best decision for me. And it really has been, and I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, similarly, my name's Elizabeth, chapter president of 80 Pi at Vanderbilt's campus. And similarly, my parents were not involved in Greek life. Not many of the people in my community were. So I actually was not originally thinking of joining Greek life. But when I came to Vanderbilt throughout my first year, I met so many women on campus, in my classes, and in other organizations that were Panhellenic women. And I was so impressed by their passion and their engagement, not only in their organizations, but across campus and in the larger community. And that's when I decided I wanted to join this really inspiring and supportive community. And I actually went through recruitment as a sophomore. And it was the best decision I've made in college. It's such a supportive group. As Deborah was saying, you meet people with all different interests and all different goals and passions, but you're all united in sisterhood and your values. And it's the best part of my college experience by far.
So for me, I actually knew coming into college that I was really interested and excited about the opportunity to join a sorority. No one in my family had, but I actually attended an all-girls high school. And throughout that, they always emphasized that women supporting other women is the best possible thing that you can do. So when I came to campus, I was really excited about Rush and so excited to meet older girls and create those friendships because I really thought that it was going to be something that in the long run would really add value to my life and my experience at Duke. And I was definitely right. That I think has been a really rewarding aspect of being a part of Pi Phi is getting to meet older girls and having them kind of guide you through what classes to take, who you should try to reach out to for an internship and all that kind of stuff. And definitely a valuable resource. And I'm happy I did it. So.
Thank you guys. So the next question I have for you guys is, what stood out to you about your chapter during recruitment?
Yeah, hi, I'm Mary Monty. I'm president of DG and I'm a sophomore. So I only rushed a year ago. The first word that comes to mind for me is authenticity. What stood out about DG right away was just like you could feel a genuine warmth from like everyone in the room, and you could tell that people were really excited and friendly, and like really wanted to be there. And you could tell that they were real people. They were involved in things. They were excited about things. And it was just rush is really hard. I know anyone who's been through formal recruitment, it's exhausting. But my time in DG was always really fun because it felt like I was talking to a friend.
Yeah, I can go next. I'm Julia. I'm the president of Kappa. Kappa stood out to me during recruitment because while I, very naturally felt nervous to go to all of the chapters, I felt a little less nervous to go to Kappa and more excited. I felt like it didn't matter where I was from or who I knew. And we talked about things that weren't just surface level, like your major, and the actives made me feel really comfortable doing so. So yeah.
For me, what stood out about Pi Phi was just how excited everyone was to see me and to chat with everyone. But I think more than anything, it was really just the energy in the room. Like I walked in and there was just such a good vibe. Like everyone was so excited to meet new people and to just really be there and be present with one another. Which I think is something that has held true with all my friendships and relationships with the girls in my chapter, is just being present, being genuine, and caring for one another in a way that you would for a friend. So.
What are some traits that you guys look for in PNMs?
Hi guys, I'm Sophia. I'm the president of Kappa Alpha Theta. And some things we look for in potential new members is that we value personal excellence and sisterhood, friendship, scholarship, service, and leadership. And the women in our chapter are kind, driven, accomplished, ambitious, and just so much fun. Like I just love getting together with the people in my chapter, and we could do anything from lunch to like going out together when obviously before COVID days, but obviously like once we can do that safely again, it'd be super fun. But We just want members who genuinely care about a strong sisterhood and will be there for their sisters every step along the way, because college is crazy and stressful, and it just makes it so much better when you have sisters by your side.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. We look for people who are passionate, who I know at Duke there's a diversity, there's such a depth and breadth of interests. And we want girls who are passionate about anything and everything, passionate about sisterhood, friendship, service, leadership, people who like live life happily. And we just want people who are going to be here for us, like we are here for each other. And as cheesy as it is, there's a reason it's called sisterhood. And we want people here who are going to be our sisters, really. And it's something that transcends your college experience and you take with you for life. So that kind of genuineness, that's the most important thing.
So now in the wake of, everything that's going on, what is your chapter doing to increase inclusion and diversity?
I can go. Hi, I'm Alex, and I am the president of Gamma Phi Beta. Something that we've been really working on is working with internationals to kind of try and change our bylaws so that they're more inclusive. And that means getting rid of legacy policy, changing how we look at rush so that it's more inclusive and less numeric and more values-based, as well as just trying to educate the members of our chapter on what inclusion and diversity really means to us and how we can implement that in our sorority.
I can share next. So we've done quite a bit with our chapter, as well as on the national level. So the first thing that I mentioned before is educating our members through campus activities, virtual seminars, book clubs, the like. I know we've had several sisters who've been very active in the anti-racist book club that we have here at Duke. I'm so glad that they're so involved. We also have a DEI chair who helps our internal programming board plan events, as well as find opportunities on campus for our sisters to expand their horizons. We have so many great places here at Duke for sisters to attend events like the CMA, the CSGD, the Mary Lou Center. And then at the national level, we've made some big changes to our membership policy to be more inclusive. Our National DEI Committee is committed to reforming our internal policies, conducting trainings, and generally making CHIO a better space for all of its members. We've recently put $500,000 towards a scholarship fund for our sisters in need, and I'm so glad to be part of a chapter that cares for every single one of its members.
I can share next. So though our executive team has really only just taken over about a month, we've hit the ground running on this front for sure. And I'm excited to see what we can accomplish in the next few weeks and months as well. So just to list a few things that Pi Beta Phi has been working on, we're actively thinking about these things and having really critical conversations. And on campus, we're working closely with the Center for Multicultural Affairs and the Office of Institutional Equity to help guide us through turning awareness and understanding into action. For example, next month, we will be launching a few new initiatives within the chapter, including attending an implicit bias training with the Center for Multicultural Affairs. And we're also working to bring more thought leaders at Duke into our chapters. And as an organization nationally, Pi Beta Phi has addressed our recruitment practices to drive inclusivity. We really want people to feel comfortable joining our organization, and we want it to feel like a sisterhood because it is a sisterhood. So this includes the creation of a DEI-focused chapter prior to training, prior to recruitment, and eliminating previous policy of extending courtesy invitations. So those are just a few things that we're working on at the moment, but we're excited to be continuing forward on this front as well.
What are y'all's chapters doing to empower women?
I can start with that one. Obviously, as a women-only organization, female empowerment is kind of like at the center of our chapter. So one way that just strikes me is our philanthropy. The Alpha Phi Foundation was created specifically to work towards research for women's heart health and then scholarship funds for women and girls. And the Duke University School of Medicine is actually a heart-to-heart grant finalist from the Alpha Phi Foundation, which is like $100,000 grant that goes towards research and education surrounding women's heart health. And then at a more informal level, just the relationships and mentorships that form between our younger members and older members is really invaluable, especially to our members that we have in like STEM majors and going into just like job recruiting. And sorry, there's a train behind me. I'm not sure if y'all can hear it honking, but like my GBIG graduated and she's off working now, and like the mentorship from her about, you know, like resume building and cover letter writing and just how to navigate that recruitment process has been invaluable. And I know that we have girls that do the same for our pre-med members and our engineering and Pratt stars. So those are just a couple of things that we've been working on.
Yeah, I can really echo what Gracie said. Definitely mentorship from older girls has been really helpful for me, I know, and for my friends, even if it's just like advice on what books to get for the LSAT or the MCAT. And like our big little process has been really effective for me. I'm super close with my little and with my big, and we've all kind of worked together to kind of guide each other through school. Similarly, our philanthropy is just very focused on empowering women, specifically younger girls, working with Girls on the Run. It's really exciting to see these little girls learn life lessons that will hopefully be able to continue on with them. Just like strength and dedication and motivation and things that you do kind of learn as a young athlete running. It's so exciting to see them get very excited about not only being physically healthy, but also like emotionally involved in this activity with other young women and going forward with that as they get older.
That's amazing. Why'd you guys choose to stay despite the Abolish Greek movement?
Yeah, I can speak on this one. So there were two really big factors in my decision to stay. I mean, obviously the summer was super crazy, and like a lot of really legitimate problems were raised. And I saw my platform and like my place in the chapter as a way to make change. And if you leave these organizations, you don't get a seat at the table, and you need people at the table in order to like fix all these really big problems that we talked about. And so this allowed me to have a voice in that, which was really important to me. And I also was really confident that DG Nationals supports everything we're doing. We had lots of talks with our exec Nationals office over the summer, and they really are willing to like listen to us and support the reforms that we're making. And then also just the sisterhood that I have here. Like I said before, I've met some really incredible women through my chapter, and I've really enjoyed working with them. We have a really good sisterhood and working together to fix these problems. And that was really important to me.
Definitely want to echo some things that Mary said. Obviously, with the events of the summer, we knew that as a chapter and as a campus, we really needed to make some kind of change, but that change couldn't come from the outside. And we took some time to look inwards and reflect on who we were as a chapter and as a larger organization. And what we found was that leaving this organization, leaving Chi Omega, leaving Duke Panhell, none of that was going to make Chi Omega, Panhell, or the national organization any better, or the rest of Greek life any better. And so what I found is that our chapter is probably one of the most diverse groups that I belong to, and it provides a safe space for women of color, women of various religious beliefs, and women in the LGBTQIA community. It's a place where we can all be friends, and most importantly, learn from each other and just become better people overall. And leaving would mean shutting down that safe space and really just closing those doors for the rest of the campus and any college woman. And so I can say for certain that because of my experiences as a Chi Omega, I'm a better student, a better leader, a better member of the Duke community, a better person, and a better friend because I joined my chapter, and I don't know where I would be without them. And I want to have that opportunity for future collegians as well.
What can a PNM expect to get out of the sorority experience going forward?
I could speak first. So being part of a chapter is one of the most memorable experiences of your Duke career. For me, of course, I just love Theta so much and all the girls in it. I've made some of my best friends in my entire life. And also there's just something about having a fam that really is so monumental in your college experience because you get to know an older girl so much better, like right off the bat when you join the sorority, and they just help guide you. And then you get to do the same thing for your little, just really helping them along the way. So my big and little are two of my best friends at Duke. And you make lifelong friends and connections. You learn what it means to be a leader, which is so important. You learn how to be an active member of the Durham community. You meet people at Duke that you wouldn't know otherwise from communities that you might not associate with otherwise. For example, I'm very much part of the arts community at Duke. And while a lot of my friends in Theta or in other chapters are also involved in the arts in certain ways, it was nice to get to know people outside of the arts community because a lot of my classes and my extracurriculars involved that. So just getting to know people from all different majors and different interests. But you also gain a vast network of intelligent women all over the world who just want to help you succeed. They'll help you if you ever want to get a job. You can like look up different thetas on LinkedIn or whatever, just through like different Facebook groups as well. It's such an amazing network.
Yeah, I totally agree with Sophia. And kind of to emphasize, there's just so many opportunities for growth in so many different realms when you join a sorority. You'll be growing in your service to the community, in your academic achievement, in your engagement with the larger campus, in your alumni and social network. And most importantly, college, while you're going through that growing process, you'll have a community of women who will support you during the challenging times and celebrate with you when you have a great accomplishment or meet a goal. Everything you do once you join a sorority, you'll do in community. And that makes every experience you have in college so much richer. So I know as an 80 Pi woman and for all of you as a Panhellenic woman, joining a sorority just made every part of my college experience better. And it was absolutely the best choice.
How are you guys reforming your chapter in the face of recent criticism of Greek life?
Yeah, I can go first. So Kappa is currently reforming formal recruitment to make it more equitable and inclusive. We're working to make being a part of our organization more accessible by minimizing dues, and we're organizing programming, including implicit bias training and just having really important conversations as a chapter. Our chapter bylaws have already changed a lot, and we're looking forward to making even more changes. We're planning open houses so that P&Ms can get to know members without the pressure of rounds and cuts. And we want things to be less about the sororities' choices and more about the P&M's choice. ACAPA started the anti-racist book club, so our members are very active with that. And we also changed our philanthropy to a local nonprofit, Step Up Durham, which I talked a little about earlier. So yeah.
Yeah, I can go next. So as we mentioned before, DG has been really open to the reforms that we're trying to make. One of our things we're most proud of is that they actually removed their legacy policy even before this AGL movement started. So they've been really just kind of open to making change. We've also redesigned our entire recruitment. It's entirely values-based, both before recruitment and with new member education. And so the entire process of bringing in new members is really intentional, and we take it very seriously. On a chapter level, as we said before, we're hosting programming with the Muhammad Ali Center, which some other DG chapters have done around the country, and it has been really successful. So we're excited about that. And we also host weekly fireside chats where we just kind of get together and we're able to have like just serious, honest, open chats about values, and just really connect over that. And we're also hoping to bring more voices to campus through our DG lectureship. I don't know if you guys know like Chanel Miller that was here during O Week. DG helps host that every year. And so we're working right now on planning for next year. And that's kind of just the start. We're a new exec board, and we're excited to do even more in the future.
And just to echo what everyone has said, Alpha Phi and its sisterhood has been like the most rewarding part of my college career. And as we transitioned to a new exec board, we were just really committed to making sure that that sisterhood and Panhellenic opportunities are open to every single woman on campus. So Alpha Phi has completely reworked our executive board to include a VP of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we've implemented a lot of programming for that, including an upcoming implicit bias training. We, over quarantine, were sending out books and newsletters just to engage in like the anti-racist book club initiative and other reading materials just to educate ourselves more on the topic. And then at a national level, we've also reworked our recruitment. It was values-based before, but we have taken away the legacy policy. And like Mary said, that's just a start for a chapter. And as we're a new exec, I'm really excited to see what else we have going forward.
And the last question I have for you guys is, what has been your most memorable experience since joining your sorority?
I'd love to go ahead and share about this one. So for those of you who don't know me, I love planning parties and just events for my friends. And because of COVID, I haven't been able to do any of that. And my birthday was over the summer, actually. And my sorority sisters got together with a bunch of my friends and planned a surprise birthday party for me on Zoom. And I was just so incredibly touched that they did that for me. They made matching Zoom backgrounds, we played games, we even ate some cake. It was really great. I could not have asked for a better birthday. And I'm just so glad that they were able to include all of my friends who weren't involved in Greek life, because I know that when I was a freshman, I was really concerned that by joining a sorority, I would kind of have fewer chances to hang out with the friends that I had already made, or I would just have like a really limited avenue for social life. But that has never been the case. In fact, I think joining Chi Omega has enhanced the number of friends I have, the number of groups I'm in. And so it just goes to show that your sorority really doesn't become your only avenue for a social life. And it just complements the one that you already have. And I'm just so lucky to have all of my sisters.
I'm going next. Oh, sorry.
No, that's my bad.
Okay. So I've talked a lot about how Alpha Phi has provided relationships with older girls and stuff. And one example of that is a formal that we host in the spring called Wild Card. And basically your entire family gets together, and this is right after Big Little reveal, and everyone's big sets them up with their date. And I'm from Texas, and so I just didn't really know a lot of people here. I didn't come in knowing a lot of people, and I didn't come into the chapter knowing a lot of people. Well, lo and behold, my big is also from Texas. And so immediately we bonded over that. I actually have two, one's from New York City and one's from Texas. And so they set me up with their date, with my date, and then we went to their G-Big's apartment. And so I had been like, in that moment, I transitioned from like a freshman who didn't know very many people to all of a sudden I'm in like these seniors apartments, and they were so kind and so welcoming. And it was just like amazing to see like 4 grades and like 4 generations of our fam all together, and how like inviting and kind they were to someone that they really didn't know. And then obviously those relationships have just kind of echoed throughout my time at Duke. I stay in touch with all of them. Some of them are in grad school at Fuqua. Some of them are out working in the city. And I know that a lot of other girls in my chapter would echo the same sentiments about their Big Little relationships and their families.
For me, it's so hard to pinpoint one moment, and this answer might be sort of cheating, but I would say the entirety of the past year serving my chapter as president has been my favorite memory as an Alpha Delta Pi. Coming into college, I didn't have a lot of leadership experience. I was pretty timid. I never really thought of myself as a potential leader. And if I had told my past self that I was going to not only join a sorority, but serve my sisters as president, I probably wouldn't have believed it. But, you know, early on, I also had encounters with older sisters and even some alumni and advisors who saw the potential in me and really nurtured me and supported me and encouraged me to pursue that opportunity. And it's been absolutely the most wonderful experience of my life. And I feel like that's kind of the central point of being in a sorority, is sort of finding the best version of yourself and growing in ways that you maybe never thought you could with the support and guidance of your sisters.
Sophia touched on this earlier, but one of my most memorable experiences in Kappa was Big Little. My Big is one of my best friends, and I just can't put into words how thankful I am that Kappa gave me her. So I remember one time I was having just a really rough week, and my Big had me over and had gone and bought all of my favorite snacks. And so that was so sweet of her. And I just think something so valuable about joining a sorority is the opportunity it gives you to meet and get close to older girls that you might not necessarily get to without the sorority experience. So yeah.
Thank you guys for answering all of my questions. I don't have anything left for you now. The rest of the time is for the attendees to ask any questions in the chat, which Priya is going to be moderating. So let's give Freddie a couple minutes to get that set up.
Hi guys, if anyone has a question, they can just put it in the chat and we can kind of go around answering them. Let's give it another minute. And if no one has a question, then we can wrap up. I'm sure it's a Friday night. People have things to do. Okay, we have a question which says, what will recruitment process look like this year? So do chapters kind of want to take a minute going around and answering that? Because I feel like it's going to be different for each chapter.
I can start. Oh,
go for it.
Okay. For Alpha Phi, we have hosted a couple of, well, this semester at least, we're COBing upperclassmen. And so far we've held several open houses where we basically just have girls come, learn a little bit about the chapter, kind of like we did today, and then join breakout rooms where you talk to members of our COB team and our youngest pledge class. And then going forward, if we felt like it was a good fit or a good match, members of the COB team reach out for like a second round and more of like an intimate conversation, a little bit longer. And then from there, it just progresses like a normal bid. You would have like kind of like a final round conversation. And at that point, if we felt like you were a good fit and you felt like this was an organization you wanted to join, we would extend you a bid. And after that, we would put you into new member programming and get you initiated into our spring COB pledge class.
Yeah, for us, it's very, very similar. Because it's COB and no formal recruitment, we are just gonna hold maybe 1 or 2 open houses, get to know the people who are interested in us, and hopefully have them get to know us. And if we really connect, if we feel that sisterhood bond is there, we'll reach back out and probably set up a sisterhood date where it'll be 2 members of our chapter or 1 member of our chapter, very small, very one-on-one, really getting to know you. Probably you'll have 2 or 3 of those. And then if we feel like it's the right fit, then we'll extend a bid.
Yeah, ours is very similar. We are hoping to kind of put girls into kind of a group just so it's a little bit more comfortable and a little bit less intense at first, just to kind of give you the vibe of our chapter and kind of feel out your interest. And then we will reach back out if we feel that you are a good match and do a one-on-one, which is a little bit more intimate, I guess you could say, and just kind of discuss your interest and our interest and what you want out of the sorority experience. And then if we feel you're a good match, we will contact you and offer you a bid.
Yeah, we're doing a similar system. We're actually going to start off with kind of like smaller coffee chats and one-on-one stuff, but getting to know people in person because Duke's recruitment policy is going to let us do that. And then we're kind of running ours on a timeline. So after we've done kind of a series of those, DG has this thing where we do like kind of like preference ceremonies. And so we're going to do those kind of at a group at the end. And then we're hoping to kind of wrap up our whole process by the start of March. So please get in touch with us kind of by then if you're interested in DG.
The Omicron chapter of AD Pi is doing things a little differently this year. So I believe after this event, there will be an interest form slash application sent out where you can just tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you're passionate about, what you're hoping to get out of sorority experience. And then you'll have the opportunity, if there is a mutual fit, to meet with some collegians and alumni members of AD Pi. And I believe there will be 2 rounds of informal interview discussions with those alumni and collegians. And then if there is that mutual fit, then the bid process will begin.
Perfect. So it seems like everyone's kind of doing like kind of similar in the sense that like either one-on-one or like more of like a virtual Zoom event where we get to know you. And then if it seems like it's a mutual fit, the process kind of goes on. But all in all, like I do not think the process should take like, I guess like 3 to 4 meetings, like based upon how chapters do it. But it should be like relatively shorter compared to the formal rush where you have to rush all 10 chapters. So yes, if you're interested, please rush. Are there any other questions? What's the best way to get in touch if you're interested?
For us, either contact Aria Beasley, our recruitment chair, or of course our social media. I know that for us, we have a form where if a current active member can recommend you, and then you will get an email from us that says you've been nominated to Rush Gamma Pi Beta. Similarly, just contact anybody that's been on our presentation, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Priya, is it possible to get the contact information for the chapters sent out to the attendees after this?
Yeah, we can have the slides sent out, and all the slides at the end have like the contact information for all chapters. So I feel like that might be the best way for everyone to get in touch. And also all 10 of our chapters have Instagrams, and they're very like, they're pretty much like everyone's very responsive on Instagram. So in the meantime, if someone's interested, you can just like kind of send them a DM, and I'm sure they'll get back to you at the earliest possible. Any other questions? At this point, have a large number of upperclassmen dropped? I think just to kind of get us started on that question, I think this past summer there was a large drop in the recruitment in the membership numbers for a lot of sororities, but also at the same time, a lot of sophomores and juniors have stayed, as you can see from this panel. But I'm sure chapters can add to that individually.
Yeah, Priya, I'd love to go ahead and share. So we actually had very few members of our chapter drop. I think our sisters were extremely pleased at how quickly our own chapter here and our national organization sprung into action after the Abolish Greek Life movement kind of went live on the Duke campus. So we've been making some really great strides nationally and both in our own chapter. And we're just so happy that all of our sisters felt comfortable in staying.
Yeah, and I can add to what Elizabeth said. We did see a couple of our seniors drop, but luckily our numbers stayed pretty much the same. We were really lucky to have a lot of upperclassmen stay and continue to work on the reform efforts that we started brainstorming pretty much as soon as this AGL movement started on Duke's campus. And I just think that's a testimony to Alpha Phi and the sisterhood that you experience as a member.
For us, we did see a few of our seniors drop, but not a substantial amount. We actually have the entirety of our sophomore pledge class, which is really exciting. And we've actually seen a lot of initiative come from our grade in particular. I think we're all very passionate about our organization and kind of coming together. And we're really excited about the next group of girls that are going to come in. And we're actively working to make the place as comfortable for them as possible.
So our chapter, the Theta chapter, so basically a lot of our seniors dropped. We still have a good amount of our juniors left, and we also have our entire sophomore pledge class. So similarly to what Ginger was saying, they're all very passionate about making different reforms and just staying with it and really like trying to better our chapter. And we also have such a close-knit community left. So all of the sophomores especially are extremely, extremely close. So it's just really great to see. It's a great group of girls.
Yeah, we had really low drop numbers, fortunately. Some of our seniors also dropped, but most of the girls who stayed have worked really, really hard in trying to make our sorority as inclusive and as welcoming and as close as possible. And it's been really interesting to see like how we've kind of come together over the course of a pandemic and over the course of an Abolish Greek Life movement. And I'm really proud of the members of our chapter.
Yeah, similarly, we had a good amount of our seniors drop, but our junior, I'm really happy that our junior and our sophomore class are pretty much intact. And that, yeah, again, goes to show that we really are committed and we really are excited about continuing moving forward, progressing and growing as an organization.
Yeah, I think I just want to emphasize the fact that most of our chapters do not recruit juniors and seniors anyway. They only recruit sophomores. And given the fact that like the sophomore classes for almost all of our chapters are completely intact from like last spring, I think that goes around to say that says a lot about how our chapters are really trying to reform and do their best to be inclusive and diverse. And so if you're interested, please reach out. Let's see if there's any other questions. I know we're already over time. How do you think it would be coming in as a new member into a group that is already close-knit?
I can take this question. Oh, I'm sorry, Deborah, we keep doing this. I can speak on Alpha Phi's behalf that we've worked really hard with our new executive board to put new member programming in place. Obviously, we are going to stay within all of the COVID guidelines, but we have like a bid day and like goodies and big little programming all planned out for our newest pledge class. It would look a little bit different, but we think that y'all would be your own pledge class and we would welcome you just as we would any other PC.
Yeah, along those lines, we are really committed to making everybody feel as home as possible. And we are going to celebrate our new members just as we would any other year, but with special emphasis on this year because we know how hard it can be during COVID, during these crazy times. And so we're putting in a little extra energy to make sure any new member we have is going to feel right at home.
Yeah, Deborah, thank you for that. I can assure you all that like there's a lot of new member programming in place at all of these chapters because even in the past with Formal Rush, like we always have some sophomores rushing and almost all of our chapters have taken on sophomores in the past and they felt included. And I actually think that a lot of our, I guess, members who were on exec last year were also people who rushed as sophomores and they had wonderful experiences. So I just want to make sure that just want to be cognizant of everyone's time and make sure that people can, if anyone has any other question, you can always email any one of us on the panel. You can email like the Panhellenic email address and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I just want to reinstate that the Panhell as exec and all of our 10 chapters are trying very hard to reform, but at the same time, you need people at the table to be able to do that. So if you do decide to join one of our chapters, like you will have complete say in how we reform going forward, not only chapter-wise, but also as an organization. And we're always there, our emails are always open to any questions or concerns that you might have. We can also kind of, it would be great if all of our chapters could drop their emails in the chat real quick in case someone's interested. But thank you so much, everyone, for your time. This has been great. And hopefully we look forward to meeting you soon again.